Hi, Tamalyn.
Hello.
I can't believe we're already at our final conversation together after these last 16 weeks already. It just went by so fast. I've truly loved sitting with you and hearing all of these incredible stories from your 50-year journey through belly dance. So we've talked about festivals, music, travel, your books, China, performances, culture, and all the beautiful experiences belly dance has brought into your life. So, for this last conversation in our documentary series together,
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you something simple but very meaningful. So, after 50 years devoted to belly dance, what's next for you?
Okay, I'm not finished. But I do want to go back a little bit to something. There are a lot of things I didn't talk about. I didn't talk about the documentary films that I made. I made three documentary films, kind of homemade, but they were about my travels and dance. And um, two of them are on Datura Online. But I got into film. I've been studying about film, taking classes and stuff for years, but I I'm not doing documentaries now because everything is like you can make something so advanced on your telephone. Ev- I Things have progressed so fast, and I can't even get your money back from doing documentaries. So that was that. But then the other thing, like I went to Japan a lot, and my students in Japan, they studied with me in China, actually, and then took me to Japan. They include Leila Hiromi, Ayako Dati, and Shio Koyama. Then through them, other contacts in Japan. And I wanted to mention this book, Belly Dancing Kitties of Constantinople, because Ayako Date is a wonderful dancer in Japan, in Kyoto, and she's a wonderful artist. And so she did all the illustrations for this children's book, and then I wrote it and produced it. So inspired by that, I wrote a film, a feature length animated film. That means feature length means 90 minutes. And in screenplay writing, one page equals 1 minute. So this is 91 pages. And it's all about it's about the cats and the people in this book, but it goes way deeper and way farther into special messages, very big special message about healing divisions between people in our society, but it's represented by the cats. They find a way, those kitty cats, you know? And I am sincerely hoping that I can get this made by, it's very expensive to do animation, but I'm hoping that it's expensive to produce animation, but that somebody will become interested in it because cats, not everybody loves cats, but enough people love cats. Um, there's belly dancing in it because the main character gets adopted by a belly dancer who ends up teaching online because there's a pandemic and there's all kinds of things, struggles that happen to make this little cat who's destined to be the leader of the barn kitties, but he's a total ridiculous, foolish little kitty, to make him learn life's lessons through pandemic, through being caught in a hurricane, being lost, all these things. When he finally finds his way, he figures out to be how to be a good leader and goes back home to the barn kitties in rural Louisiana with all the city kitties in tow, and they hate each other. He has to find a way to unify them, and he does. So that's our little hero. His name is Pasha, and you never guess his name would be Pasha, right? Yeah, and the film is called Louisiana Pasha. So if anybody knows anybody in production that can kind of start spreading the word, yeah, I need contacts. Yeah. So that's one of the things that's next. I need to work harder on getting it out there. It took me 5 years to write this, rewrites and rewrites and rewrites. It changed tremendously from what it started out as. Um, then a big topic of conversation in what's next is okay, the fact that I had a dance school called Mideastern Dance Exchange in Miami Beach through lots of blood, sweat, and tears for 16 years. And um, I learned so many lessons, just as you have, because you had a dance studio in Ontario, rural Ontario, for 10 years. And for us to do, we're going to do a project that I would like to announce. It's a series of tutorials about the business of belly dance. And it is called, I have to remember it, because it's belly dance, the merging of art, entertainment, and sensible business practices. It's like how to make it and survive doing what we love. So there's so many topics that we can discuss. How to open a studio, how to run a studio, opening a studio, running a studio, putting on theater shows, commercial work as belly dancers, retreats, festivals, workshops, whether you want to be profit or nonprofit, how to get funding for your projects, and the trials and tribulations of getting funding, but it's possible. Arts funding is still out there. How to host a workshop, how to structure a workshop if you're teaching a workshop, ethics, pricing. There's so much. So it will be a whole series of tutorials that, of course, they're not going to be free, but we're not going to gouge you either. It's well worth tuning in and signing up because it's going to save a lot of heartache. There's so much that we had to learn just on our own, like nobody was around to teach us. So, we're putting this out for you. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure. Yeah, we want to also your book, the fitness one. You mentioned about the book. So
Oh,
we'll talk
yeah.
about how, even writing part of the project. Maybe you can mention
Okay.
the book. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing is, I've written 4 books now. One of them is Belly Dancing for Fitness. This It might be available somewhere. I don't know. I don't even have access to it because it was written through a company that commissioned me to, a publisher that commissioned me to do it. And one of the tutorials will be about how to write a book, self-publishing versus doing it through a publisher. And, but these are not going to be just talking. They'll be like explaining exactly how to do these things. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wrote a book last year, and so yeah, so we have so much information to share, and I can't wait to kind of put our two minds together and
Yes.
be able to our 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 whole mission for this is to make your life easier to run a
Yes,
business.
that is so true. Yes.
Because we love this art so much, and one of the things that the business part could really put a damper of something that you love. But when you have better directions, it's going to make it much more easier to kind of climb over, the hardship that, sometimes happens in business. So, anyways, we're so excited to put this together, and so. Tamalyn, I just want to say thank you so much for, truly it's been a joy and an honor to create these conversations with you, and your love for
Yeah.
belly dance and your stories and your journey have inspired so many people. It's inspired me so much. And I know these conversations will continue inspiring so many other dancers for years to come. And so a big hug and kisses, and I'll see you next weekend at our
Yes.
celebration.
Yes.
Do you have anything else you want to end with?
Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much for making this all possible and for organizing the 50th anniversary celebration in Biloxi, Mississippi next weekend. And also, um, I will be teaching workshops in different places around the US and in China for my 50th anniversary year. Hopefully beyond that, but I'm very happy to be doing this for my 50th anniversary. And let's see. I think that's what it's never it. There's always plenty more to talk about. But I do want to thank you. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the tutorials.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.